You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. By going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com, you can make this possible. Melik, that's a big slap down to your party.
Well, it's to the Republicans in North Carolina.
That's your party. Are you a Republican?
Yes, but our party is not the party of voter suppression.
Yes, you are.
No, we're
You are the party of voter suppression. What the hell are you talking about? You are the party of voter suppression.
This is what's happening in North Carolina. Our party. That
would you like for me to bring up? I'm sorry. Would you like me to bring up Alabama and Texas and
apparatus
Florida?
Does not have anything about voter suppression in any of the documents. So it's not something.
Really?
While it may be something that Republicans actually do, this is not something that is wholly supported by the Republican Party.
Has the Republican Party spoken out against any of this?
Well, not
yes or no?
Not speaking out against something.
No.
Promoting things.
So to
that point, the Republican Party. So I'm talking about the Republican
Party. No, I'm asking Melik. Has the Republican Party? Has the Republican Party?
Can you even show me
a tweet where the Republican Party has actually said that actions in North Carolina are wrong?
Whether it does or not, our party, as a party, does not support voter suppression.
Yes, you do.
No, we do not.
You do it? Wait a minute. You do it in Texas.
No, we do not.
And in Florida.
And in
Maine.
This is not something
your party... Kelly, the Republican Party is all about voter suppression.
No, we're not.
Wait a minute. Right now, Democrats are warning people in Ohio right now, okay, to double check your status because they're going to purge some 200,000 people. Why? Because Republicans in Ohio came up with the whole deal on how to purge people. A white man sued them because they said, oh, you haven't voted in the last couple of elections, so therefore we're taking your name off the rolls. Went to the Supreme Court. That conservative Supreme Court agreed with Ohio, which now do the purging. The purging of voters in Georgia, largely impacting black voters. That's voter suppression. So again, I can go state by state, Kelly, and show how Republicans and how Romney McDaniel ain't said jack.
So
Trump ain't said jack. If you don't say nothing, you damn sure agree with it.
Well,
Kelly, go ahead.
Your characterization
Kelly, go ahead.
Of it, Roland.
That's not a characterization.
Yes,
that is exactly what it is. So if I don't say that, if I don't agree with something and I don't verbalize anything about it, then it is going to be what it is. So the Republicans aren't saying anything about voter suppression. Instead, they are letting other Republicans suppress votes.
Well, I don't think there's any evidence that the actual political apparatus of the party is allowed that to happen.
Wait a minute.
No,
silence is an action.
Jason, you know what's so funny about this here? There are Republican members from North Carolina. There are Republicans who sit on the Republican National Committee. They ain't said a damn thing about what the Republicans in North Carolina are doing.
Well, has anybody asked them?
Hell yes. Yes.
I gotta say,
yes. Jason, go ahead. I know it's hilarious.
I think number one, we know the Republicans are the party of voter ID. They're a party of many different efforts to suppress votes. Of course, closing down.
Stacey Abrams lost because of all this mess.
No, Stacey Abrams lost because she lost.
No, they closed down.
That's what she likes to say.
They
closed down.
That's what she likes to say.
Voting
She's just
sites
a sore loser.
in predominantly black communities. So that was specifically targeted by the Kemp campaign. Now, beyond that, if you are doing the monkey emoji, the monkey. You know what I mean?
Hear no evil.
Then you are actually guilty of being complicit.
La 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 la. I hear nothing. La 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 la. I don't want to hear it.
That's just not
how
even
often
a reasonable
do I
way
have to hear
do that.
from Republicans, whether it's on Sinclair or whether it's on Fox or wherever, how often do I have to hear, why aren't you going to call this out by Democrats? Whatever it is. If any Democrat does anything anywhere in America, they are expecting Democrats to call it out. But yet, we see where state Republican parties are clearly trying to suppress black votes. And now we're saying, well,
hold on. But this ain't just black. No. They trying to suppress young voters.
Right.
Hell, elderly voters.
Didn't they do something regarding colleges and not trying to have people
ending
register
early voting
at their dorms?
Oh my God! First of all,
voting.
the reason Melik needs to stop trying to be a troll right now.
It's not being a troll.
Melik, your party
on your show.
Your
before.
party literally.
You want me to own things about my party that I'm just not willing to own.
I don't want you to own it. I want you to be honest.
You saying that
I want you to stop lying.
Is the party of voter suppression?
They are.
It's not something that I'm going to accept. I disagree. I disagree.
When a federal judge,
with voter suppression,
when federal judges rule, when federal judges rule that North Carolina Republicans targeted black folks with a laser-like approach,
Republicans in North Carolina.
I did not hear a single peep out of any national Republican calling it an abomination, saying that is wrong, saying that is undemocratic, saying that is unfair.
I don't know if they said it or not.
No, they didn't.
Well,
hold up. We've covered it. We've covered it, and they ain't said nothing. Kelly, go ahead.
The fact that this case made it all the way to a court also shows just how much time it took for it to get there. This was not an easy thing. This was not a quick thing,
Kelly,
which also means...
This was the 22nd time
that's what I'm saying.
A state or federal court has said, y'all, this some damn gerrymandering.
And that's what I'm trying to say. So all of this evidence and no evidence of Republicans saying, hey, don't do that. In fact, we have the opposite. We have
I don't know if that's true or not. That's probably an exaggeration.
Republicans saying
but
in North Carolina,
no Republican has ever spoken out about any of this.
Hold up. Wait. Hold up. Melik, I'll help you out. When Colin Powell was invited to North Carolina by the previous governor, who was a Republican, Colin Powell called out the Republican governor and Republicans' efforts to suppress the vote.
I remember that.
Republicans got mad at him. Mm-hmm. Let me say this again, y'all, because again, I've been covering this issue since I've had a national show in 2009. Okay, I got NABJ's National Journalist of the Year because of my coverage on voter suppression. So I ain't sitting here just throwing stuff out. Let me get y'all to understand how callous, how evil, and how sick the Republican Party of North Carolina is, and how the National Republican Party has said nothing. Federal court rule, laser-like precision, targeting black voters. Republicans in North Carolina asked for the data to show when do black people vote early. They showed that 70% of African Americans voted in the first week of early voting. Guess what the Republicans in North Carolina did? They stripped nearly all early voting in the state until reduced it to one location in each county in the first week. This is the same party that also moved early voting locations off of college campuses because they were like, too many of them who are voting. This is the same party. North Carolina, y'all, used to be on the bottom. Just so y'all understand, North Carolina used to be on the bottom of voter participation. 2008, Obama runs, wins North Carolina by 14,100 votes, flips that whole state. Republicans like, oh, hell no. They immediately began to change the rules, aided by winning in 2010. In North Carolina, they used to have actually civic classes that would teach North Carolinians who were 16 and 17 to prepare them when they turn 18. Republicans in North Carolina got rid of the classes, okay? Voter ID. We can go down the line. What happened there? Now, why is Melik wrong about his whole party? Because his party saw what North Carolina did. So guess what? Texas did their own deal, led by Republicans there. Alabama, Maine. Let me tell you what they did in Maine. In Maine, they had automatic same-day registration. If you voted, when you went and vote, the Republicans in Maine got rid of it. Y'all, they didn't ask nobody. They just got rid of it. The voters in Maine said, what the hell is this? Put it back on the ballot the next election and voted it back in. I can show you state by state how Republicans have tried to manipulate the vote. Y'all, do y'all forget 2012 when the Obama campaign had to sue Ohio when we're in Board of Elections in Ohio, where Republicans had a majority, they extended the voting hours in Ohio, but in the counties where we had Democrats, they actually limited. They got sued, and the Secretary of State, Republican, he had to admit in court, yeah, that's kind of unfair to have extended voting hours in Republican counties and shorter voting hours in Democratic counties. We can go Florida. Again, we can walk this thing down state by state. The Republican Party fully embraces voter suppression and all of those tactics. And see, what Melik wants to do is play games by saying, oh no, there's no sheet of paper that says we love voter suppression. Folks, I can judge you by your actions. And the reality is, your party, as a party, has not said jack. Not Reince Priebus, not Roland McDaniel Romney, none of them. Not Trump, because you know why? Y'all benefit from voter suppression, and that's why your party supports it.
Well, I don't know if that's the answer or not, but as I've said on this show, I don't support any effort to suppress the vote.
Right, so, you don't, but your party does.
As a member of the party, I do know that I do not own the fact that that's something that the party does.
But Melik, you can say it's not right.
It's not a
Melik, you can say it's not right, and I'm cool with that, but you can't be in denial about your party.
Support that. And there are people that I know in the party who also don't support.
Guess what? And none of y'all are the RNC chair.
Well,
none of y'all are the vice chair.
Well, ask them their opinions on it.
We have.
Ask them their
Melik, I had Reince Priebus
not just
on the Tom Joyner Morning
media
Show,
apparatus
and we have.
Why
you know
don't
what?
they ask them
have.
about those issues?
And they all support it.
All of them. They all support
because they all support it.
I don't represent the RNC.
Your party supports it.
They should ask them those questions if they.
Your party supports it. I'm going to go to a break, y'all, right now. All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, this Friday, if you're going to be in Atlanta, I'll be there. You don't want to miss me at the Ride, Money, and Motion Conference at the Loudermilk Center, moderating a panel about access and ownership, sponsored by Bangi, the only African-American-owned publicly traded cannabis organization in the world. I'll be on the panel. Matthew Knowles, Bonita Money, Ryan Mack, and the whole Bangi family will be front and center discussing entry into the multi-billion-dollar and growing cannabis industry and how you can become a distributor, shareholder, or cannabis landlord. If you're interested in making money in this booming industry, then I promise you don't want to miss this. Our panel is going to be at 2:30, but for a full list of other panels, activations, and tickets, please visit ride.rollingout.com. Ride.rollingout.com. And so you don't want to miss it again. As this Friday in Atlanta, and you certainly don't want to miss it. I want you guys to be there because why? Everybody keeps talking about expungement, which is critically important, but this is a $340 billion global industry, and black folks should be on the front end of making money when it comes to cannabis, as opposed to us having to spend money because our people were thrown in jail for selling it. And so, again, we will certainly want to have you guys at that. And so that's taking place again this Friday in Atlanta. So please don't miss it. All right, folks, now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.